What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Perfect Mess Podcast. I'm your host, Ray Molina, and this is episode 109. Before we jump off into this, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope this episode finds you guys happy, healthy, and doing what you love every day. All right. Let's jump into the information. I always give you guys my socials, my website, all of that good stuff. Make sure to check out my website and bookmark it on your phones, on your laptops, wherever you are checking out my stuff online. It's raymolina.com. You can also go to my website and check out my shop. I have a lot of hats, shirts, hoodies. I got some slides if you guys like slippers to wear for the summer. I know summer is about to wrap up. I've got stickers. Flags. I've got everything you can think of. I got it there. So check out my website. It's raymolina.com. You can also watch and listen to the podcast there and read the blogs that I like to write about and share those as well. Let's see. What else do I got? I got my Instagram is at itsraymolina, and this cool little background that I have now is right there. So if you're watching on YouTube, I've got a nice little background now. I'm trying to get a little bit more creative with the YouTube stuff. So I got a nice little background now. It's got the logo and little American flag, and then my Instagram is right there. So again, my Instagram is It's Ray Molina. That is also my TikTok, and the podcast is also on Instagram and TikTok. It's at the Perfect Mess Pod, and my brand Beast or Famine is also on both platforms as well, and it's at It's Beast or Famine. All right. I am on Facebook. You can find me there as well. I'm on Twitter, you name it. And then YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube and you haven't, please hit subscribe. Please hit the notification bell in the corner so you will get updates for any videos that I put up online. I share a lot of stuff on the YouTube, which I'm trying to grow. And it's not just podcast stuff. Sometimes it's just inspirational stuff that I put up. Sometimes I put up some workout videos to inspire the guys that follow me. I say guys, I know there's also some ladies that follow me as well. I share a lot of that workout stuff to inspire you guys to stay healthy, because I'm always talking about taking care of yourself and keeping and living a healthy life. A big thing that I always try to tell everybody is your thoughts and your brain and the way it functions goes the way of your body. And if you are not feeling healthy, you are not looking healthy, and you just feeling sluggish, your thoughts are going the same direction. That is something that I had to learn. And when I got back into the gym and I started really making it a lifestyle, I noticed that my thoughts were changing. I had a better outlook on my life, and I was in attack mode to get things right. All right. So, again, that's on my YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/, at the perfect mess pod, please hit subscribe and the notification bell. All right. Outside of that, I've been busy, man. I've been trying to get back into the swing of things. It's hard when you're gone for so long, doing stuff that is not work related. And what I mean by that is, last podcast, episode 108, I talked about baseball. I talked about us traveling and my kids playing baseball in San Diego and Branson, Missouri, and then just being away. And it's always tough getting back, into the swing of things and, working again, earning money to make sure that you're paying your bills on time. I'm an everyday cat, just like you guys. There's nothing special about me. So when I come back, trust me, I got to get back to the grind. Money just doesn't grow on trees, like they say. I always laughed about that because money actually does grow on trees, because money is made from paper and paper is made from trees. So whatever. Anyways, I always kind of laughed about that. But anyways, yeah. So I'm getting back into the swing of thing. I'm back into the gym. Um, I'm doing 2-a-days. I think I discussed that with you guys. So what I'm doing is I'm having a full workout in the morning, typically in the morning, and then I'll come back at night and do a 30-minute cardio where I am on a 10 to 12 incline, a 3.0 speed, and I walk for about 35 minutes or 30 minutes, excuse me. And I do that every day. This weekend, I did take the weekend off. Wanted to spend some time with my kids and do that because my kids, or Jordan starts high school this week, and then Jaden starts 7th grade the following week. So Yeah, it's a big week coming up, man. I got to be honest with you. I'm a bit nervous. I'm probably more nervous than my son is going into high school. He's going to the school that I went to, and I'm just a bit. I think it's because I didn't realize how fast it got here, and it got here so fast. He's gonna do fine. It's I just want to make sure that things go smooth for him. It's just the dad in me. But he'll be fine. If you're a parent, I'm sure you can understand. You just once your kids go into the to high school, you know that they're going to be exposed to a lot of different things. Um, and you just hope that they make the right decisions. You know what I mean? Their kids are going to make mistakes, but you hope that it's not something that can't just be reversed easily. You know what I mean? So I guess that's my biggest worry. And plus, the school that he's going to is really big. It's when it was built, it was supposed to be a junior college, and then they changed it into a high school. So this school is really big, has a lot of students there as well. It's probably, I don't know about now. When I was going there, it was the biggest school in San Jose. I'm sure that's probably changed now, um, because there's a bunch of new high schools out here. But yeah, so that's what's going on with my kids this week, and you know, it is what it is. It's coming whether I like it or not. Tomorrow I take him to go get a haircut, so he's looking sharp on his first day as a freshman, and hopefully the prayers that I've been doing with my men's group and my pastor are gonna do their thing, and God's gonna put a hedge of protection around my son in high school and my youngest one in seventh grade. So yeah, man, that's the thing that's going on with the on the daddy front. So that's if I sound nervous, I am, man. But most of you dads and moms, I'm sure out there can feel me. If you've got kids and they're going into high school, I feel for you as well. Maybe you've already done it. And maybe you'll send me a message and tell me, hey, you got nothing to worry about. But who knows? We'll see. Uh, so I titled this episode, uh, I don't know what I'm going to title it, but along the lines of it's okay to be that guy. And the reason why I chose that topic is I, we spend a lot of our lives worrying about people telling us that we've changed. We spend a lot of our time worrying about the opinions of other people. So we do a lot of things that maybe we don't really want to do because we feel like we should. So we're like, okay, I don't want no one to get mad at me. I don't want no one to talk bad about me. So I'm just going to do this thing. Um, and as you get older, you realize it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter how they feel about what you decide to do with your life or what you decide to do in a certain situation. What matters is what makes you happy and what holds true to your values and holds true to you. Um, and the reason why I'm talking about this subject is because I got a text from a really good friend of mine the other day, and I was invited to go to an event that he was putting together, um, which he was going to try and gather a bunch of people together and kind of just catch up. And, I paused for a minute. Um, and if you're listening, I got love for you. I got a lot of love for you. I won't name any names of who the person is, but you know who you are. If you're listening, I love you to death. Um, and this has nothing to do with our relationship, but it has everything to do with me as a man and the direction I have been taking my life and just the things that I'm trying to control. Um, just the things I'm trying to control in my life that I can. There's some things in life that we can't control, but the things that I can, I'm trying to make sure that I control them. So I got this text, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing this day? Got this thing, trying to get everybody together. Would love to have you there." And I stared at the text for a minute before I replied, and I started thinking, you know, I wonder who is going to be there. I wonder who from my past that I haven't seen in a while is going to be there. I wonder if there's going to be people there that maybe I don't have the best relationships with anymore. I wonder if there's going to be people there that maybe um, I just don't want to be around because my life is different and I don't feel like going down memory lane of what life used to be for me, um, you know, 20 years ago. Because to be honest with you, I'm so tired of those conversations. I know who I was 20 years ago, and um, I'm not proud of that person, and I actually don't care to even talk about that person. It's hard for me to even talk about the music side of who I was, um, a few years back, because it feels like ages ago, and I'm not that person. And in my personal life outside of music, uh, I'm just not that person that I used to be as well. And I don't feel like going down memory lane, and I don't feel like revisiting, you know, uh, acquaintances that I walked away from for a reason. So before I sent a reply, I thought about that and I said, you're gonna come off as that guy. You're gonna come off as the guy who's uh maybe holding a grudge, or maybe that, you know, is gonna say, oh, if so and so's there, I don't want to come. If that person's there, I don't want to come. You're gonna come off as that guy. And so I waited a little bit. And then I said, you know what? This is my life. This is me. This is who I am now. I'm a father. I'm raising two strong, respectful young men. And you know, I don't need to make anybody feel comfortable, besides my immediate family and myself. And if I don't want to be around people from my past, or certain people, or I don't even know if these people are going to be there. I don't even care to ask. But if I just don't want to take the risk of being in a place where the potential of someone showing up that I don't want to see is going to be there, I have every right to say, I just don't want to take that chance. Um, because to be honest with you, I I am okay with my circle. I don't have a very big circle. I stay away, and I stay out of the way, and I stick to my own. And so I said, to heck with it. I'm gonna send a text. Um, and I did. I said, hey man, what's going on, brother? I miss you. Haven't seen you in a while. Um, that sounds really cool. I guess it just really depends on who's going. I said, because to be honest with you, I just keep a small circle, man, and I'm just not trying to put myself in a situation where I'm around people that maybe I have just not been around, and I'm trying to avoid any little, past history or confrontation, whatever it is. But I'm just trying to make sure that I don't put myself in any situations where I'm just uncomfortable, to be honest. And and I sent it, and the reply I got back was I believe it was something along the lines of, "All right, cool," and that was that. Um, and then I felt for a half a second, I said, was that the right thing to do? Should I text him back and say, "Hey, man," you know? Then I said, you know what? I'm not going to apologize for um, looking out for myself. And I think that's a big problem that a lot of us have. We feel guilty about certain stuff, and we don't look out for ourselves, and we should look out for ourselves. We should make sure that we are putting ourselves in situations that are beneficial to us, that are in alignment with what we're trying to do, or where we're trying to go with our lives. You know what I mean? And we should also make sure that we don't put ourselves in situations where we just don't feel comfortable, or we don't have any control of who shows up, or and for what reason, or whatever. Um because that's also making sure that you're okay. That's making sure that you're not taking steps backwards. And not that this was going to be a situation where that was going to happen, but it had the potential of being a situation like that. And I did not want to be somewhere where I was comfortable, enjoying myself, and then a few people showed up that I was like, gosh, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to dip out of here early because I don't feel like having these conversations. You know what I mean? Um, so I made the decision. I stand by it, and I chose to be that guy. Now, the reason why I share this with you guys is because um, it is okay for you to be that guy. All right. It's okay for you to look out for yourself. It's okay for you to say, I'm not going to do this and I don't care what people think about me. All right. When you get to my age, if you're still worrying about what people think about you or what they're saying when you're not around or their perception of who you are is, you've got bigger problems. That's not even a them problem. That's a you problem at that point. And I always tell you guys, man, I'm pushing 50, man, and I don't have time to care what people think about. I really don't care what people are thinking about me. I don't, you know. Um, I don't care if people like me. I don't care if people love me. I don't care if people have um a strong opinion about me, and whenever they get the chance to talk about it, they do. I don't care because I'm going to do me regardless, regardless of their opinion, regardless of what they're telling people, and regardless of what they tell me. Because there are some people that will send me direct messages and they have a strong opinion about who I am, what I stand for, and the things that I talk about. And that's okay. You are entitled to that. But I'm also entitled to not reply to you, to block you, to keep you away from me, and to protect my peace at all times. And that's 99.9% of the time, that's what I do is I don't respond because I don't have time for it. And now that I have kids that are online on social media, I will never let my kids see me going off the deep end, arguing with somebody or entertaining anything like that. I would never have them be online and be like, "Dang, Dad got into it with somebody today." Da, 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 da. I'm too grown for that. I'm too grown. I won't do it. And that's what I think about all the time. I got kids, little eyes that are watching me, and I have to be better. Um, and I don't apologize for not wanting to put myself in a situation where I might be around some people that I don't want to be around anymore. No apologies. I'm okay being that guy. You know, when I was younger, I I wouldn't have made that decision. I would have sat back and said, don't be that guy. You who cares if they're there? Just, be fake. And that's the thing. When you decide to go against what you really feel in your heart, you're being fake. You're being fake to yourself and you're being fake to the people that are there. Because if these people show up that you really don't have a relationship anymore and you're laughing it up and whatever, you're being fake. Someone there knows that you don't associate with these people anymore and they're watching you and they're looking look at this guy. He's being fake as hell over there. He don't mess with him. He don't mess with her. But here he is. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be fake. Okay. I'd much rather not be in a situation. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to and for me now, like it's very hard for me to be fake. When I'm in that situation, if someone were to ask me, yo, what's up? How come you don't call no more? How come this? Bro, me and you, we're not on the same page. I don't know how else to tell you. Like you went this way, I went this way, and it is what it is. Like that's it. I'm raising my kids. I'm coaching baseball. I'm doing my podcast. I'm working out. I'm trying to get better at life, and it just didn't align with what me and you had going on. Period. And some people may not take that well. You know, they may not. They may not. They may get offended, or um, it may hurt their feelings. I don't know. It depends on who it is. But I don't want to be in a situation where I have um to say some things that maybe are going to make somebody feel uncomfortable. So um Yeah, I don't know, man. I wanted to share this with you guys because I feel like a lot of people do things because they're afraid of what people are going to think, and they don't want to be that guy. But when it comes to your peace and your sanity, and if it aligns with what you're trying to do with your life, or it doesn't align, it's okay to be that guy. Make the decision and say, look, I'm not going to, so to say, pussyfoot around with this. And if I were to get a text back or a call back from that friend of mine to ask me who, I would say it's not necessarily who, man. It's just um, I don't throw people under the bus like that. But at the same time, um, I just I'm not big on crowds. I just told someone that the other day. I don't really do crowds unless I'm going to a sporting event or if I'm going to see someone perform that I really like. Other than that, I don't want to be around crowds. I just don't want to be around a large number of people. I like being by myself, and when I'm not with my kids, I just like being by myself. I don't do crowds. Um, it is what it is. I'm not. I get invited when football season comes around. I have friends that have big old barbecues, and they put up their 49er canopies, and they have the whole house with like 20, 30 people there, and I get invited all the time. I just don't go to those things. It's You call it what you want, but they don't appeal to me. Um, I don't know. They just don't. I'm just a very different person then. I'd rather watch the game by myself or with my kids or with one or two other people. I don't need to do the group thing. Um, and again, I don't care how people feel about me. I don't. I love the fact that when I run into people, if they don't follow me on social media, they're asking me how things have been, what I've been up to or whatever. And if they follow me on social media, they see what I'm up to and they say, "Hey, man, I've been, following you, seeing what you're up to, man. It's dope to see what you're doing with your kids and you in baseball and the podcast. It's just pretty dope, man. I'm glad to see you, making the best of everything that you had went through." I like that. I don't like everybody knowing um, and being in my business and because I'm at every function or because I'm at every party. I don't want to be at every party. So I'm that guy. I want you to know what I tell you. So if you tune into my podcast, you know because I tell you what's going on. All right. If you are following me on Instagram, you know what's going on with me because I tell you what's going on and I show you. And even at that, I don't show you everything. I share a lot of stuff on my social media, but I don't show you everything. I share a lot of stuff on this podcast. I have showed you damn near everything, but there are still things that I don't talk about on here. And that's for good reason, you know. But for the most part, I'm okay being that guy. And I wanted to share that with you guys because um, I think a lot of people put themselves in situations that make themselves very uncomfortable. And it's because they are afraid to speak up for themselves and afraid, like, oh, what are they going to say? I usually go to every function and now I'm not coming to any of them. And that's fine. It's your life. Remember, this is your life. You have to lay down with yourself every night. You have to go in the bathroom, look yourself in the mirror every night. Okay. And if you're not happy with the decisions you've been making or how you've been like taking your life, what directions you're taking your life, then you have to deal with it. Not all these people, not these people that have an opinion about you or have some words to say because they haven't seen you in a while or because you haven't come around or because you've changed. That's the classic, right? You've changed. Cool. I hope so. At 48, soon to be 49, I hope I've changed. I hope so. If someone were to tell me I haven't changed, I'd be pretty pissed off. But I hope I've changed. That's the goal. Supposed to change. I'm proud of changing. I'm not the same person. I'm not the guy that you grew up with. I'm my name isn't the same. I'm the same, you know, physical person, but mentally, and intelligence, you name it, is completely different. I'm different. And this version of me doesn't give a damn if I'm that guy. I don't. No apologies. It's my decision. It doesn't align with what I'm currently doing with my life. Love you. Thank you for the invite, but I don't want to be there. And on the flip side, I get it because I'm also the guy who invites people to do certain things. And I don't always get people to come with me. I invite people to come to the gym with me all the time. Okay. Because that's my sanctuary. That's where I'm able to talk and to my to people and fellowship and get in a good workout at the same time. And there are a few people that have come with me regularly that'll show up. I'll meet you at the gym 6 in the morning. Boom, boom, boom. We'll knock it out. Have some good fellowship. But there are a lot of times where some people don't want to go, and that's okay. They're more than welcome to say no. They're more than welcome to be that guy. I'm okay with that. I understand. I still invite. Don't mean I don't love you anymore, any less. I get it. We're older now. We got other responsibilities, and sometimes the things just don't line up. I get it. All right. Um, and I also used to be the guy that they would call and say, "Hey, none of the guys have been together in, you know, quite some years. You think you can gather up all the guys so we can go play pool and, have some pizza and some beers and catch up?" That was me for a very long time. I just got tired of doing it because it became difficult and because I realized that, more and more we're growing apart and people are doing their own things and they don't really want to talk about it. And I get it. That's where I'm at now. We all get there at some point. All right. So, anyways, this isn't a very long episode. I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's been a minute. It hasn't been a minute. It's been a few days, and I just wanted to get this episode out there and just share something brief with you guys. All right. I love you guys, man. I hope you're doing well. I know I'm gonna get some comments about my hat that I'm wearing. If you're on YouTube, I've got my Calterra Jiu-Jitsu hat on. And I know some people are gonna message me and like, "Oh, you're training now," and this and that. This is a hat that believe it was Father's Day I was gifted. This is where my kids train. My kids are going on a full year. Towards the end of this year, they'll be a full year into jujitsu, and they've been doing amazing. Couldn't be more proud of them. And I've been doing some little things on the side. I've been picking up moves and whatnot. I haven't enrolled, but I'll be doing some work with a buddy of mine, and start training here pretty soon before the year ends. And but yeah, so the hat is from Calterra Jiu-Jitsu. That's they're all over the world, but we go to the one in San Jose. And so yeah, there's that. And I think that's all I have, man. I want to tell you guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for continuously supporting me and checking out the podcast. Thank you for sharing the episodes. If you guys could please, I don't ask for money. I don't ask for anything. I just ask that you guys, if you're feeling whatever episode you're listening to, please share it. Share it via text. You can text these episodes to your friends or family. You can share the episode from YouTube. You can share it from Apple and Spotify. Just get the word out there for me. I appreciate it. If something hits home for you and you think someone should hear it, just share the episode. Do me a solid. All right. I just appreciate all of you guys who continue to come back and listen to this podcast and listen to my life and where I'm going, and hopefully you guys are entertained. And if you are, like I said, please share it and tell people about it. All right. This has been the Perfect Mess Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Ray Molina. You can check me out on my website at raymolina.com. My Instagram is right here on the screen. Hold on. Where's my finger? Right there. At itsraymolina. Bam. It's on the screen on YouTube. That's my Instagram and my TikTok. And the podcast is at the Perfect Mess Pod. And the brand is at It's Beast or Famine. All right. That's all I got. Like I always tell you guys, my life isn't perfect. Oftentimes it is a mess. But for me, it is the perfect mess. I love you guys. God bless. Peace.